Mini episode 1569 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini episode 1569. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our spoiler-free review of Your Honor Season 1, with Season 2 being released on January 15th, 2023 on Showtime. Here's our top 5 notes of interest about the show. Number 5. This is the program that has an irresistible hook for fans of Breaking Bad. Bryan Cranston as Michael Desiato, a hugely respected New Orleans judge who breaks bad to cover up his son Adam's hit-and-run car accident when he learns that it led to the death of the beloved son of powerful local mobster Jimmy Baxter. Michael, a recent widower, has observed enough in his courtroom over the decades that he knows what evidence to dispose of and the need to find a patsy, but the investigation boxes him in on all sides as the race to keep the incriminating evidence out of the hands of Jimmy and his equally murderous and vengeful wife Gina becomes a frantic sprint. The young man who is coerced to cop to the accident belongs to a prominent local street gang, which inflames tensions past the boiling point with them and Jimmy's crew. Number 4. Even beyond Cranston, Your Honor has an incredible cast worthy of sharing the screen with him, starting with Michael's nemesis Jimmy, played by the formidable Michael Stuhlbarg. Hope Davis as Jimmy's scary wife Gina, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. as Michael's best friend, the crooked politician who's about to become mayor, and Chet Hanks as the caught-in-the-middle best friend of Carlo, Jimmy's other son, are also among the most noteworthy. There are also 2 blockbuster actors in smaller roles, Mara Tierney as a prosecutor who becomes a thorn in Michael's side, and Margot Martindale as a state senator and Michael's meddling mother-in-law. The marriage of material and cast is truly something to behold. Number 3. There are a great many plot threads to keep track of, and some of them do pop up suddenly and are pursued somewhat erratically. A key piece of physical evidence is recovered by Jimmy's investigators that should quickly incriminate Adam, but it conveniently lies dormant until just the right moment. Additionally, that physical evidence should clearly have been scooped up by the police even before that point. Also, there's a complicating factor about Michael's deceased wife that pops up late in the season and doesn't serve a necessary purpose. If inconsistencies such as these trouble you, then they'll complicate your enjoyment of the show. Number 2. The series takes full advantage of the New Orleans backdrop with tremendous cinematography and a nuanced view of post-Katrina realities. Certain locales really lend a lot to a program when given the opportunity to do so, and New Orleans is one such location. Tapping the full potential of the show's region is another commonality between Your Honor and Breaking Bad, which famously utilized everything that New Mexico had to offer as a backdrop. Number 1. Despite a script that does nothing to engender sympathy for co-protagonist Adam and the aforementioned plot holes, this season provides some truly gripping entertainment that evokes the suspense of Breaking Bad in its finest moments. Walter White was written in Breaking Bad as a morally bankrupt character that you rooted for situationally in terms of gaining money to leave behind to his family. So for anyone who watched that legendary series, it might simply be muscle memory to root for Michael when he's unsympathetic, and is so both through his own actions and those of his dubiously written son, who evokes none of the sympathy that the writers clearly intended him to have. Your Honor is no Breaking Bad, but falling short of one of the greatest dramas of all time still leaves room for a program to provide an incredible amount of thrilling action, as this series does. The aftermath of Season 1's shocking ending leaves plenty of runway to end in a big way, and without any of the caveats that we've noted. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the